Alrighty, so we are back, and Diablo 4 just came out, and so that means I'm really far behind on recording videos. I spent probably I don't want to say how many hours, but I spent a good chunk of time playing that game with some friends over the weekend. And that game is probably about as far as you can get from Stardew Valley as possible. As far as it's mega violent and takes place in basically hell, so it's a different change of pace, but it's a lot of fun if you're into action RPGs. Anyway, I don't remember what we're doing. I know we need to convert our greenhouse into ancient fruit, and we also need that duck feather, which, if you saw the title, it just doesn't happen this time around. And I think it'll be maybe another week. And I don't get any more ducks after this. Otherwise I would have named it Frazzle, and maybe that would have helped me, but for now we'll have to just hope for an extra duck feather. And once we have that, we'll be into Ginger Island, and we might do an episode that's a whole day of sped up Ginger Island, and I'll get all the walnuts, and you can see how I do that, or how I do my first day on Ginger Island. But it's still a little ways out. I really don't need coffee anymore. I have plenty of money to buy it, and yeah, I'm just going to replace all those plants, so. Other than that, we're not really doing anything. I mean, starfruit will always need. Rhubarb we need a little bit, so I'm grabbing those. The beet seeds I'll need. Or you know what? Yeah, I do need those. I need those for the casino. And I don't believe I've started doing that kind of stuff yet. Maybe I have, I don't know. I forgot what I've done. I need to kind of revisit this playthrough pretty soon. Because I've actually already played up until Winter 28. And I haven't touched it since. So that'll be sometime soon that I'll remember what I'm actually doing. So, in my notes, for my perfection playthrough, my notes are really specific and good. So it's really easy to kind of remember to talk about certain stuff. But for this playthrough, my notes are really, really bad and few and far between, to say the least. The only note I have for today is I didn't get the duck feather, and that's not particularly useful. And I don't think I even go. I might go to the caverns this week. It's likely that I don't. I just don't need to. That 10 million in gold will happen naturally over the course of the next year. And that'll happen almost purely through starfruit wine that we grow on Ginger Island. And we'll do a little bit of we'll do some big crop planting in spring, and we'll get all of our sprinklers set out and everything to make sure our farm is functional. But we just won't spend a whole lot of time doing little tasks. Once the gifts are done, it's going to be actual sleep, wine. Sleep, wine kind of situation. So, this series will probably come to an end before episode. I'd say we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 weeks max left in this particular series. And then I think what I'll do is switch over to 2 days a week of perfection in 1 year. And then I don't know what else after that. It's kind of up in the air. It's not I never have that good of a plan. I just have a small idea of what I want to do. And don't know. I know expanded obviously is the next thing that will be like a big one. And I'll start that. I'm going to start that after I finish my perfection playthrough, because I don't want to like risk losing my file. I know that's like a really low risk, but at this point, since I've lost files before, I'm like super scared it'll happen again. And so I'm a little bit more cautious this time around. And I know like Ridgeside Valley will be something, or Ridgeside, whatever it's called, Village, but I don't know. That'll be maybe something I do. It's kind of hard to say. That'll be a long time out. I think Expanded is like a pretty beefy series. And I don't know, I was like, Expanded, if I did Expanded like every, like one episode a day, I don't know if that would be the way to do it or not. Is that too slow? I guess you can let me know what you think. Because that would be like, I could do like a full let's play of like uncut footage. But I don't know, like sometimes that feels like it's a little bit too slow. Or like there's not enough to really say about the run. You know what I mean? There's only so much like, this is what I'm gonna do today. This is what I did today. That makes sense for full let's plays. Unless you like read out dialogue, which I'm not like a huge fan of that. I don't usually like read. Or I mean, I read what people say, but I don't read it out loud. And I don't like do voice acting. I'd feel kind of silly doing that. But I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah. I know we like, so this next day coming up, it's like a wine processing day or like a juice processing day. And it's also a gift day. And I just left all the gifting out. Because you know what I do. I just go give stuff to people and I go home. And so I kind of just said, you know what? It's probably more interesting to see more days than it is to see more gifts. Like you don't need to see me give Leah a salad twice a week. But it's, I don't know, to me my favorite part about Stardew, at least well when I watch it, which is usually when I'm like editing videos, I like to watch people do like stuff that changes the look of the farm. In particular, I like to watch people like decorating because it's something I never do. Like there's somebody I watch streaming in the morning that has only played the game for a little while, and their approach to it is so radically different than mine. It's kind of nice to watch. As opposed to like other people who play identically to me, I kind of know their next move already, so it's not as exciting to watch. Or if I watch like a speedrunner, I don't really typically watch speedrunning because you know what they're gonna do. It's like it's all routed out perfectly, and unless they're exploring new routes, there's not that much variation in the runs aside from luck, which, I mean, that's about it. I think that's why I could never really get into speedrunning. And that I don't like to be rushed. I don't like that feeling of rushing at all. So, and yeah, there's my skip. I skipped all the gifts. And I attempted to do like a little bit of cooking, or at least like move all of my cooking items into another chest. I haven't really touched on this too much, but cooking is obviously a major part of the perfection run. And I have not been doing a very good job of like making sure I get all the required items. And that's mostly because this is the 2-year run, so I don't have to really worry about it. But I am doing a little bit as we go. I just usually leave out a lot of the chest organization because it's entertaining or interesting once in a while. But it's not always interesting, you know? It's not always like pertinent that you see me thumbing through my chests and trying to like make sure they fit together nicely and are organized nicely. And I guess I must be out. Am I out of starfruit? I guess that's possible. Oh no, I do. Because on this farm, never mind. I'm just thinking. On this farm, I'm doing all my pumpkin stuff at the quarry. And I'm doing all the starfruit on the farm. Which is kind of a nice way to organize it. Because in my 1 year file, it does not end up that way. But I guess we'll leave that for those videos. And I thought about streaming a little bit of Diablo, but I don't think that there's a ton of audience crossover as far as like what people watch me for. Like I don't know if anybody would want to watch me play Diablo, because it's also like it's a whole different vibe. Like I don't really get that stressed out or anything, but I definitely have like, it's definitely more stressful of a game. And there's no chicken or no duck feather again, by the way. And this is the festival day. This festival is my least favorite festival. And it's like, this one is my least favorite, and then Flower Dance is right after. Juicy Bugs is the better quest here. Anyway, this festival is like, I don't like fishing a ton, as you know, and they force you to do the fishing minigame for prizes that I just don't think are very valuable. Like I know you get like Shawnee Dew's favorite hat from it, but then you just get some lures, and it's just it feels like a really long festival. Whereas like the Flower Dance, like you can at least trigger the cutscene and then go like grab a drink or something. Or watch if you want, if you like watching people dance. The only thing that bugs me about the Flower Dance is they don't change your outfit. Even like I get on like your first year there, you wouldn't necessarily be dressed for it. But I feel like the next years afterwards, I mean, I guess it's up to you to change your clothes. So never mind, I take it back. And I fast forwarded this. You don't need to watch me fish up smallmouth bass for 2 minutes. And I think I won. I didn't even know. It wasn't on my list to. I didn't really care if I won or lose. You don't have to succeed at any kind of mini games to do completion or perfection, rather. Which it kind of seems like you should have to. Like, yeah, you should have to, like, win the egg hunt. Why wouldn't that be part of perfection? But, whatever. I don't know, I kind of like the snowman. I like the way they look. I almost said snowmans, which is not right. But that's okay. So as you saw on the quest board a little while ago, I grabbed the Juicy Bugs quest, and so we might as well knock that out. It's easy enough, especially with the burglar's ring, just to reset 15 over and over again. And we got, that's kind of funny. So we got the void egg. The other day, I think last episode, we bought a void egg to hatch a void chicken to make the mayonnaise and all that stuff. And I guess we could have just waited a couple days. And we would have got it anyway. I think that said, I had very good luck today. And we still didn't go to the caverns. So that's how you can tell I'm like in a coast mode. And I don't really need the money. And there's a lack of a feather once more. And the void egg, we only need like a couple void eggs. You need one to ship, one mayonnaise to ship, and one mayonnaise for a recipe, I think. And then technically you need one more void egg for the henchman for the mayonnaise, but you can just fish the mayonnaise up from like the river outside, so you technically don't need it. And yeah, there was an infested floor, So I just do 15 and 16 over and over again until I get all the bug meat, which I can't remember what that gets you from Willy. If it gives you like a recipe, or I don't know what it does. I think it gives you a recipe of some sort. Either way, we did it. So the job order board, or the special order board, isn't too important yet. We've already been doing them every week, and we still have another full year to get them all done. And so hopefully RNG works out and we can get all the recipes we need. It's still possible that we fail this run, even though we have another year, if RNG is bad. But I think that's pretty uncommon for the most part. Or if we forget to grab recipes, which I think I've been good about, but I'm not 100% sure. It's possible I've been missing a few. But in year 2, we'll just make sure that we watch TV every Wednesday, and then we'll be in good shape. But I believe this is the last day of the ep, so we won't really find out what the reward was from the juicy bugs until Tuesday, I guess. Assuming I stop playing Diablo for long enough to record more. And I don't know if anybody's playing. Like right now I'm like level 61 or something, and I just unlocked world tier 4, so I don't know, if you ever want to play, I'm probably down, and you can find me, just leave a comment or something. And yeah, here's our wine. For some reason, I know I've ranted about this before, but with the coffee beans, like you can't just run by and drop the coffee beans in. You have to like individually click on every keg. Versus Starfruit, you could just run. Like, see how much smoother it is? And I don't know why that is, but it always drives me crazy. So we spent a majority of the rest of today just doing the wine and then waiting for the coffee to be done and putting in more Starfruit. And we also finally put in the indicator keg so that we don't have to keep checking or try to remember like when the wine is done. And yeah, we could get like a farm computer, which I guess would serve as the same sort of thing, and maybe we will eventually, but for now we're just gonna use our little indicator keg and it will be fine. And then we won't have, I guess we could start building obelisks pretty soon, and maybe we will once spring hits. We can do an island obelisk once we have bananas and dragon teeth. That's usually the first one I go for, just because it's expensive to go to the island and expensive to make the totems, so the quicker we can get an obelisk for that, the better. I do wish the obelisks weren't as ugly. Like, I kind of feel like they're pretty bad looking. There's some mods that make them look nicer. Like these little, like kind of cute little houses. They kind of look like outhouses, which is not cute, but I do like those. That mod is nice. I think it's L's Seasonal Buildings, maybe, or something like that. Or it's Stardew Valley. One of the two does that, and I like it. Oh, and I guess we have some juice ready. And maybe more pickles. So yeah, that rounds out our day. Just processing stuff up. And this week will be the same. I know I said I'll make a video if I break away from the game, but I'll make sure I do it. And I'll stay consistent. And yeah, we'll have another episode of this on Tuesday. And another Perfection Series episode, which is our first week in summertime. That'll go up on Thursday. Is there? No, it's not. It's our first week in, or our last week of springtime. And next week will be our first week in summer. And that, yeah, so that's Thursday. And that's it. I don't know. I might stream. I've been trying to streaming is kind of hard to orchestrate sometimes because I share an office with my girlfriend. And so it's a little more challenging to get in there and stream if she doesn't have to work in there or whatever it may be. And so that's kind of up in the air. But if I do it, I will send out a post before I go live, just so people can know. Yeah, sold some wine today. Made a nice 500 grand. And we are out of here. So I'll see y'all next time.